Good morning, and good morning. Yes, I know. My clock says it's wrong. It says five after. It's only 9:02. So I'm fashionably late. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. How are you? I just came from outside. I was having trouble unplugging something that I had plugged up last night, and I was so tired that I didn't turn it off before I went to sleep. But I tell you, it's cold. The temperature dropped. They said it was earlier, it was 50 something is down. I think they said now towards like 37. It's going to be cold today. I don't like the cold. Anybody knows me, I don't like it. Well, it says we're 50 outside now. So that meant we must have been 70 yesterday or last evening, but it is crazy cold for Sandy. I cannot hang. But how are you doing? What's going on? How was your last couple of days? You know, the last time I talked about dreaming, today it's about our rest. This is the time of year that most of us do not rest. There's lots of parties, there's lots of, preparation, there's lots of people, all those P's, people, party, preparation, sometimes patience because you're on long lines if you're in stores or the post office trying to mail off stuff. So there's a lot to be done within a short period of time. This seemed like the month of December goes by so quickly that before we know it, here comes the new year. And we start off again trying to do all that needs to be done before we hit December again. But December to me is a busy month. And so I worry about my rest and give a cautionary tale to others about their own rest, because rest is something that can, when we don't get enough of it, it can affect everything, you know, our ability to complete tasks, or it may interrupt all the other things that are going on in our lives, such as being prepared and being patient and all those kinds of things. So I'm really making an effort this year that when I'm done doing all the things I prepared to do, that I will get some rest. So rest is just that thing that we know we should get. But when we get it, we may dream. When we don't get it, we may be mean. Plain and simple. We may be mean when we don't get it. So it talks about the rest. It says this is from the sleepfoundation.org. Yeah, I had to go to somebody else because I'm not a specialist. It says no matter how you answer the question, you may rest easier knowing that you are not alone. You're not alone when you don't get enough rest. There's loads of us, because we don't know that, we can turn off the cell phones and turn off the televisions and turn off people. Not that we've turned them away. It's just that we need to turn into ourselves and get rest, decent rest. And so it says sleep issues affect people of all ages and impact many parts of our lives. So just knowing that when we are doing so many things, especially during this time of year, to me, Thanksgiving, I'm not a big Halloween person, but Thanksgiving and Christmas, New Year's, it's always something to do. Just write down a list of all the things that you've already done in preparation for what you still need to do. It's a lot. It's a lot. So it says, while science and nature of sleep is too complex to sum up in a single page, it says taking a peek at sleep statistics nationwide can help you understand the key aspects of sleep health, as well as how widespread sleep issues are. I think I told you all that I took a sleep, study once. And I think I was in undergraduate school, because, I would be up in the middle of the night and everybody else be asleep. And then I'd still have to deal with getting to class on time and doing all those things. And I don't know how I did it, but I've always been able to operate on little sleep. But in the long run, I think it runs down our clocks in other areas if we do that. And it says, this is what it was saying. But anyway, the sleep study showed that I didn't have apnea and all those kinds of things. No, I probably still don't. It's just that my body clock was just that set in its way of not realizing the importance of, regardless of what else needed to be done, if I slept, I would be better prepared to do anything beyond once I've gotten my rest. But those of us who need to get it all done, we may stay up for lengthy periods of time. It says on average, we spend 2 hours per night dreaming, mostly during REM. And, we talked about dream on Monday. The average adult sleeps on their side 54% of the time. On their back, it's only 38%. And it says on time and on their stomach, 7%. When I was little, I remember sleeping on my stomach. I couldn't go to sleep unless I laid on my stomach. Now I sleep on my side, like 54% of the rest of the world, it says. It says fewer hours of sleep. And it says fewer hours are slept each night for a lot of people, only because our minds, we work ourselves up on so many things that we have to do that we ultimately end up just being up. Because after a while, sometimes, and I think you've probably noticed this, when you've stayed beyond what is reasonable to say that I'm going to sleep, you actually end up being awake more than what you plan to. That's because you have something else you have to get done. And have you ever experienced preparing something and feeling so sleepy in the preparation process? That's me. Sometimes I'm just tired, but I'm still going to get it done. It says 7% of adults nap every day. Are you a napper? Are you a person that can get a nap? I used to do power naps where I could do, like, especially when I was getting my degrees, I could take a power nap. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'd get right back up and get right back to work. And some days I'd still go to work and work a full 8-hour, 9-hour day and then come back and still stay up because my goal was to get finished. And so regardless, even though I was tired, when I graduated, I was tired because I didn't have enough rest. And it says 81% of adults have taken a nap of 10 minutes or more or longer in the past 3 months. I don't sleep during the day. I'm not. So I am not that person. I'm not a part of that group. But it says the average nap is really about 10 minutes. So people do get a nap. Some people realize the importance of napping and the reason for it. For myself, I'm not a napper. Once I'm up, I'm up. And in fact, last night, I intended to do one more thing, and I got myself ready for bed, and next thing I know, I wake up, it's 2:30 this morning. So at 2:30, I did what I should have done before, I went off to sleep, and then I still was able to go back to sleep. That's just crazy that I can do a split sleep. Some people cannot, but I can. Some people, when they're awake, they're awake. So anyway, what is rest? And are you stuck with your rest? Are you stuck with feeling you're so overwhelmed with requirements and commitments that you're up all day and all night? Some of us are. I'm not anymore. I used to be. So it says rest is to cease work. I'm going to say that again. To cease work or movement in order to relax. Sometimes we never, ever relax. Even in our sleep, we're busy because we've worked our minds up to know that we still have things to do, so we don't get a restful sleep. And it says rest is this period of time in which we can refresh ourselves or recover our strength. Because for some people, it tells you if you're sick, it tells you, the doctor's going to tell you, you have to get your rest. Go to sleep or don't do anything. Just rest. Don't do anything. Relax. So when we rest, we relax, we repose, we slow down. We take 5 or 10 or 30. We sit down. We take time off from whatever it is we're doing. How many of you will plan to take off during the holidays? Do nothing except, making sure that the food is done and the presents are wrapped and all of that. And the rest of the time, you're going to rest. I'm going to try to do some of that. I am. I'm going to try to rest this year. This Saturday, we have our Christmas Around the World, our annual Christmas Around the World at our church. So I'm doing Jamaica. So my dish is curry chicken and rice, but we also have, I think we have oxtails. We have, we're having rum cake, real rum cake with the real, rum cake, carrot cake cookies. We have jerk chicken. Let's see, rice and peas. It's going to be a good meal. It's going to be a good meal. That's just at our table. But then we also have a table from Israel. We have a table from Mexico, America, Japan, China, and maybe two others that I cannot remember. So, that's what we're doing this Saturday at our church, to have people come in and just have a time of fellowship and learning something about the culture of other countries. So each of us will be, somebody from each table will be a spokesperson to talk about the cultures of that. And then we'll come over and collapse, because that is a lot of work, just putting all of that up, including our dress and making sure our tables are fixed a certain way, backdrops, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do it all. So we're going to have fun. So anyway, when we break the word down on rest, my R is for repose, REPOSE. And it says it's a state of rest. It's a state of sleep or tranquility. It says it's basically when there's inactivity. That means ain't nothing going on. Nothing. You're resting. It says it's restfulness. It's a period of peace. It's stillness, meaning no movement, if you can. It's slumber time. It's a quiet period. It's calmness. It's respite. I always like that word, respite. And respite is when you can also give someone else a break from what they might be doing and they can rest. It's tranquility and it's leisure. So all of those things pretty much sum up what we need to do when we are resting. We are in repose. We are not doing anything for anybody, but something for ourselves when we're actually laying it down, closing our eyes, all of that kind of stuff. Listen, those of you who know Debbie, who comes into our sessions here often, she's been absent the last couple of weeks because her mom is ill and she's been trying to help out the family in another area of the country that she doesn't live in. But what she's asking for is just prayer. So if y'all could just put up a prayer for Debbie, that would be good. Debbie is her name. Just say, Debbie, we got you. We're asking that the Lord provide all that you need for you and all the members of your family that are affected by your mother's death as well. As your mother, excuse me. I take that back, as your mother being sick. But yes, we're asking for prayer. We're asking for prayer. And I apologize for that. That was definitely a faux pas. But when we go on to in our word, we're going to get back to our word. We talk about the rest is a period of ease. We do nothing. That's absence of difficulty or effort. There's no difficulty, no effort. It's effortless. We're not involved in anything. We're just quiet. No bother. Simplicity is what we're looking for. Proficiency, no trouble at all. When we are at ease, how many of us know how to get at ease? Not many of us. I think the hustle bustle of the world has just made our daily lives just absolutely accelerating every single opportunity that comes along. It just goes and goes and goes. Also, we want to move on in our word of rest. We talk about sleep. If you sleep for 20 minutes, that's a power nap. If you sleep for 8 hours, that's real restfulness. That means you are getting in your rest. And they say most of us should sleep as adults 8 or 9 hours. 8 or 9 hours. a condition of body and mind that typically recurs for several hours every night, several. It says in which the eyes are closed, the postural muscles are relaxed. It says the activity of the brain is altered, meaning it's like almost like it's unconscious, and surroundings are practically suspended, meaning you don't know what's going on because you are in sleep. And most of us don't realize that we need that. We say we do, but then we don't do it. So we need a nap, we need a doze, we need a siesta. In Europe, they do siestas. We need a snooze, a dose, a cat nap, which is real quick. It says a 40 winks. These are all the things that sleep can be called: beauty sleep, power nap, bye-bye, and slumber. How many of us slumber? We don't always. We don't, but we need to. We need to look at how our bodies are adjusting during the day. If you're tired during the day, you're probably not getting enough sleep at night. And some days I'm like that, depending on what I put on my plate to get done. It just happens like that. My T for rest, and this was a short word today, but it's a good word around this time of year. Every year around this time, I try to do a couple of things just to remind us that we can't be everything for everybody. We have to really take into account, our area of what we can cover, what we can't. We need to say so. I can't do all of that. Somebody else needs to help. So when we have tranquility, which is our T, it's the quality or the state of being tranquil, of being calm, tranquil and calm. It says when we're looking at peace, we're looking at becoming calm, quiet. How many of us know how to be quiet and not, have people talking with us or requesting us to do things? Some of us don't know it. We don't. We're a part of it. We're asking other people to do what we need to have done. Be quiet. It says there's a period of serenity when we're in tranquilness, stillness. When you're asleep, you're still. Now, some people may move in their sleep. Their eyes may even have movement, and they may have jerkiness, or they may move from one side to another and to become more comfortable. But nonetheless, they are in a period of rest. And then it says that when you're tranquil, there's noiselessness, meaning there is no noise to you. And some people can sleep and noise can be going on. Like when I had my daughter, I would never made it where the house was so quiet that if I opened or closed the cabinet door or needed to turn on a light or something, that it was not going to wake her up. I got her used to sleeping with noise, sleeping with light. She still does that to this day. Okay, under tranquility, we're also composed. There's composure. And there's also contentment, because you don't know what's going on. So you are very, very content, quiet, peaceful. Nothing's going on. In fact, sometimes I listen in my house and I turn off everything and I just listen to the quietness of the house. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes that's my best thinking. That's my best period to write. And at night, it's the best way to sleep if I can get there and not feel it's necessary for me to write something else, do something else, go someplace else. It's how it's done. It's how it's done for me anyway. So rest. I want you all to look at rest during this period of time that is so busy, so committed with family and friends and work. And you still have to work for those who are still working. But when you're not working, you have time to just rest. Do nothing. Listen to the quietness of your house. Close your eyes. Just go down into doing nothing. I think you will like it. I really, really do. Listen, I'll be back. And I know this one was a quick session, only 22 minutes today. But I will be back on Friday In fact, yeah, Friday, I will be back on Friday to do some stuff. If I'm not going to do it, I will certainly let you know, because I have an event that night. So but I'll let you know. I will not just not show up. I will certainly write a note if I'm not going to be here. But I do want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful day, and the rest of the remaining of the week. If I don't come back on Friday, do something special for yourself. Give yourself 30 more minutes of rest, or an hour or two, and find out how it is to just say no to other people and yes to yourself. That's rest. That would be rest. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate it. Pass this on. Send it out as a message of sharing. And I'm just hoping that you're going to find some rest on this week. And it's going to get worse as the weeks get closer as the days get closer to the holiday of Christmas. And then for those who celebrate New Year's, it's the same thing. But anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you so much. Hit share. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.